Okay, good morning. We're gonna roll those shoulders up, back and down. Get a little lift with the elbows, stretch it out. Pull your belly button in and then lift those spines, that thoracic region. And then step it out. Take a bigger breath. Exhale as you come down, bend those knees, roll through a cat, and then inhale, open into a cow. Roll through your cat, inhale, open cow. Just a few more here. Good, last time, we'll inhale, open cow, and then bring your hands to your thighs. Cat, cow here. And then put both hands on your left thigh and cat, cow. And then put both hands on your right thigh, same thing. And then center, we'll cat, we'll cow, we'll pull those abs in. You're gonna lift your toes, shift your weight into your heels and your hips, and big deep breath in, and gently bring that down. All right, kind of simple start here. Let's put our weight on that right foot, abs in, grow tall through your spine, try and maintain that through this exercise. Left toes come forward as the right knee bends, and just tap them back. Forward and back, adding arms if you want. So bending and straightening that right knee, just one more in this direction, and then we'll go to the side without really putting weight on it. So you don't want to step out, you want to just sit back with that right glute again. Beautiful. And then we're going to take that left leg, we're going to turn it back, we're going to open it up just a little bit. So rotate open, try not to move the hip, keep the hip forward, get that leg nice and straight, reach back and stand up. You can add arms if you want, one arm, two arm, doesn't matter. Last one like that, and then we have one more direction, and that's our curtsy behind us. Curtsy and up. Chest up as much as possible. And last one, we're going to take that right leg over the left, hips go to the right, arms go to the left. Reaching, reaching, pushing the hip, and then we'll separate those feet a bit. Come down onto your thighs, roll through cat, inhale through cow, stick that right hip out as much as possible, support yourself with your left hand, and then reach that right arm up as you push the hip back and lift up. Okay, we get to do the other side. So weight on your left leg this time, abs in, growing tall. We inhale, tap forward and back. And then same thing to the side, we reach out and come back. Then we'll shift that weight onto the front. Right leg is going to turn out just a little bit and get nice and straight as we reach back. Adding arms if you like, don't have to. And then finally, we go into our curtsies. And up we go. We're going to cross that left leg over the right. Up and over, the hips go to your left, arms to the right. And then separate a little bit, widen that stance, come down, roll cat, inhale cow, keep that right knee bent, straighten the left one, push back through that hip, and then reach out as you press back and bring it up. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna head to the back of your mat, please. At the back of your mat, find that neutral spine. So you're not cat, you're not cow, your tailbone is out, your shoulders are together, and let's gently pull those abs in, ribs in, and then make your way down just to a high plank position. Try and find that perfect form, just holding here for a few seconds, and then begin to gently lower. If you need to, come on down to your knees and lower the rest of the way. And then we'll rest the forehead on those hands, maybe widen those knees and take a little rock side to side. And then we'll relax. We're gonna keep those feet kind of wide for now. Arms are gonna go out front, forehead gently rests on the mat. Right arm and left leg are gonna reach, and then left arm, right leg, and then right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg, and one more round like that, and down and lift, and then relax. We'll come back to that. That was just a little baby warm up. Let's press ourselves up, scoot back, undulate forward cow, and roll back cat. And then let's come to center. Stay extended in that cow, tailbone long, shoulders out of your ears, shoulders broad, and then gently pull your abs in and your ribs. Walk your right fingertips forward, tuck your left toes, press back, get a stretch through your calf, and then come forward and just flick those toes up. Bring that just to hip height, and you can add that right arm if you like. Just simple bird dog here. You are welcome to tap and lift if you want. And then hands down, cat and cow. And then again, from that cow, pull the abs in, keep the tailbone long, keep the ribs up and in, shoulders broad, left fingertips forward, right toes tucked, press back and come forward, flick and lift. And once again, you can simply hold your bird dog or tap and lift. And relax, cat, ow, and cow. Ooh. And then, yeah, I'm cracking myself up. And then we're just gonna mosey our way all the way over onto our spine and hug those knees in. Get a nice stretch for that low back, little rock side to side. Let's stack the knees tabletop and let them twist to the left. Right leg up, left leg follows, knees drop right. And then up we go again, feet down on the ground, arms reach up overhead, just a nice stretch here, those ribs are up. And then we'll bring the arms right above us as we do so. Let's pull the ribs in just like we did a minute ago. So we didn't cat, we were kind of cow, but then we pulled the abs and the ribs in. So there's a little arch under your back, but this is all pulled in. And then we stack those legs tabletop. And if the ceiling was the floor, we'd be exactly where we were a minute ago. And then we stretched the right arm and the left leg. So we'll do that without moving that right knee. And then we'll come back to center. Right leg, left arm. Remember, we're creating that resistance with those levers, those arms and those legs reaching opposite directions. So you are welcome to have your head lifted, but when I use these levers, I'm creating that challenge in my abs. Almost there. Last, finishing up here. Last one, each way. Beautiful. Hug the knees in, bring them wide. We're going to put our feet down in a wide stance. We're going to let the right knee drop open and the left knee drop in, feeling that beautiful hip flexor and quadricep stretch. Bring that back up. Drop that right leg in, left leg drops open again, getting a nice stretch across the top of that leg. And back to center. So now let's think about all of that same stuff happening as we go into double leg stretch. So my ribs aren't popped up, they're pulled down and in, but I do most of that by finding that upper body tuck, not just the lower body. Here we are, deep breath in, exhale, belly button to spine. You're welcome to lift your head if you want. Inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms. So you're not coming up and down, right? You're either staying up the whole time, or you can stay down the whole time. But kind of the most uncomfortable on the neck would be to lift and lower every time. We're going to add on just a little bit, extend, open, close, and bend. Deep breath in, exhale, belly button to the spine, reach, open, close, and exhale. Inhale, reach, exhale, open, inhale, close, exhale, down. Inhale, prepare, inhale, reach, exhale, open, inhale, back, exhale, down. One more like that. Reach it, open, close. Let's stay here for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and hug that in nice and gently. All right, we're going to put the feet on the ground for a nice neutral bridge. Let's bring our big toes to touch, heels to touch, knees are together, everything is squeezed. Even in this position, you might already feel those medial hamstrings are working a little bit more. Deep breath in, press into the floor, lift those hips. So you want to try not to have a little hinge here. You want to actually try and lift into neutral, tuck the hips under, pull the belly button in, hover the hands if you want, or put them down as you find out what we're doing next. Lift the toes, turn them out so you're in a little froggy position, put them down. Lift the heels, bring them underneath your knees, drop them down. Your hips are staying up the whole time. Then lift the toes, bring them pigeon-toed, big toes together, knees come in toward each other, heels lift, and they touch as you stay up. So everything's back together where we started. Toes lift, rotate out, heels lift, even it up. Toes lift, pigeon-toed, heels lift, everything even again. Toes up and out, heels under, toes in, heels in. Lift the toes, bring them out, and then the heels, then toes in, heels in. So hopefully you guys have this, just sort of a little crab walk exercise. But you're keeping those hips up the whole time. You shouldn't feel, or I don't want you to feel this in your low back. If you're feeling it in your low back, give me a little bit more of a pelvic tilt here. So not quite as neutral. And then back to center, we should be, says Yoda, and roll down a vertebra at a time. Stretch that left leg out. Let's give that right leg a little hug in. Hopefully that will give us a nice stretch on the right side of your low back. Bring it in as close as is comfortable. Maybe pull it a little medial towards the middle of your chest. And then put that foot down, slide it out, grab that left leg. Same thing, we're going to pull it in nice and close. And back to center. And then that leg goes out, arms reach up overhead, deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands right above you, pull your belly button in, point your toes. Exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Stay lifted here. And then inhale, options, reach the arm out into a T. And then exhale back down. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Maybe those arms go into a V. Exhale down, deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Maybe they go up into cactus arms. Exhale down. Inhale, exhale, lift, or maybe they go up over your head. And then exhale down. You can stay with that, or if you do roll-ups, same thing, you exhale, lift, but you're gonna come all the way up. You're gonna inhale, maybe it's here, here, or here, and then you exhale right back down again. So you make the choice which one you wanna do. And if, well, we'll stick with that for now, sorry. And then on this last one, we're gonna stay down. We're gonna hug those knees in, take a little rock. And we're gonna stack those knees for hip lifts. So hands right by your sides, but not underneath your hips, please. Deep breath in. On the exhale, pull your belly button in. On the inhale, lift your hips, hold a moment, exhale down. Inhale, lift, hold. And then I'm gonna go straight legs. Straight legs to me actually ends up being a little easier. If you're doing bent knees, you might drag the heels down, not tabletop. But if you can do that longer lever without being uncomfortable, then you're trying that. Couple more here. And relax. So we'll be back to that one in just a second, but first we're gonna go into our toe touches. So deep breath in, exhale, pull the ribs down, tuck the hips just a wee bit, back of the neck is long. One leg at a time moves forward in that 90-degree angle, and it can be a toe touch, or you can flex through your heel. If you want more challenge, squeeze both legs together, make it a double leg toe touch. You can make it a double leg heel flex. And you can spin those knees open, heels together, wider lever, a little extra challenge. So you got lots of choices. But your final choice would be to extend those legs up. And then again, you might choose a single leg or a double leg. And then we'll take a break before we put those two things together. So this can be done tabletop, it can be done with straight legs. So we're going to start with that hip lift, deep breath in, exhale, belly button spine, inhale, lift, pause, exhale down, and then toe touch or leg lower. Back up, take a moment, lift, pause at the top. So that's your exercise. So you're going to do whichever you're doing, whether it's bent knees or straight. Give me 4 more, please. And when you finish that 4th one, go ahead and hug those knees in so I'll know you're done. Take a little rock side to side. And then we're going to roll all the way over onto one side, resting that arm underneath your ear, stacking your knees up, stacking your hips up. You want to create that little mouse house under your waistline, so give it a lift. Pivot those toes open into Pilates V, and then open that top leg. So we're hinging, rotating from those heels. Waistline is lifted. And then we're going to lift the heels up in the air. Sorry, yes. And we're going to do that same motion. Keep going. And then we're going to lay that leg down. We're going to keep the knees together, point the toes up in the air. We're going to flip that toe to toe, and then we're going to pick up the pace, knee to knee, toe to toe, knee to knee, toe to toe. Really feeling those rotators in that top hip, hopefully. and relax. Oh, give that hip some love. And then reach around and hook your hand underneath the hamstring of that leg, just curled up in a little ball. And then use your bottom arm to help lift yourself up. And then that bent knee is going to cross the other leg. So most of us have a tendency to roll off that hip. I want you to push down onto that hip so your knee actually rocks that way. And then bring the knee across and hook your thumb into that hip so that the hip pushes down, but the knee pulls across, hip down, knee across, and then just hold it. Try and get both happening at the same time. Sit as tall as you can. That should be a beautiful stretch all the way down that leg. And then take that leg, drape it across. You might press it open. Think about lifting that heel just a little bit. Sit tall through your spine and give it a very gentle hinge. Try not to tuck and round, but stay beautifully lifted. And then that same bent knee, you're going to tuck it underneath you this time so that you end up on the other side. So once again, we're going to stack everything up, waistline off the ground, heels are stacked, knees are stacked, Pilates V with your feet, and pivot open. And then up in the air, the heels go, we pivot open. And then everything comes down. We shoot those toes in the air, knee stays down, flip toe to toe, knee to knee. And relax. Oh, give that hip some love. Bend it in, wrap your hand around behind that hamstring. Use the bottom arm to float yourself up. You'll extend that bottom leg and sit tall. Scoot those hips out from under you. Rock onto the hip and then pull the leg across and then sit tall and then keep pushing your thumb into that hip to press it down as you pull up and across. Sitting very tall. And then we'll bring that leg across, pressing down with the knee and up with the ankle. Beautiful. As you finish that up, just float over onto your abs for me, please. And we'll let our forehead rest on our hands. Point those toes, straighten out your legs, keep your kneecaps lifted, but toenails stay on the ground. Deep breath in, exhale, belly button pulls to the spine, lift both legs. And then gently down. Deep breath in, exhale, lift, and gently down. One more time, lift it up, bring it down, and now keep the toenails down on the ground. Arms can be parallel in a V or a little bit out to the side. Deep breath in, try and get your arms up first, higher than your head, and then lift, and try and keep your arms higher. And relax. Deep breath in, exhale, lift, inhale, hold, exhale down, one more like that. Deep breath in, exhale, lift, inhale, hold, exhale down. All right, remember at the beginning of class, we did one arm, one leg, opposite arm, opposite leg. Just now we did legs and then we did arms. So now you have multiple choices. As we go into this, you can lift one arm and one leg, opposite. You can lift both legs, you can lift both arms, or you can do all four limbs at once. So your choices, we're just going to do a few extensions here. You choose what you want to do. Deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, belly button to the spine as you lift. Inhale, hold at the top, and exhale down. Doesn't matter what you're doing, the breathing is the same. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. Deep breath in. exhale, lift, inhale, hold, exhale down, just a few more here. Prepare with an inhale, exhale, everything lifts or something lifts, hold on the inhale, exhale down. 2 more times, exhale, belly button, or excuse me, inhale, prepare, exhale, lift, inhale, hold, exhale down, last time, inhale, prepare, exhale, lift, inhale, reach, and then let's press back, shell stretch, let those hips sit back on your heels, arms by your side, or make little fists and tuck them behind your knees. And we're gonna roll forward in a cow as we come out of that and roll back cat. And then we're just gonna drop onto our elbows, continue that range of motion as best you can. Obviously, your upper body won't get as much here, that's okay. Working that lower body through those ranges of motion. And then finally, sit back and slide those legs so that you're on your forearms. So we're gonna rotate those thumbs to the sky. We're gonna keep our hands apart in skis instead of a tripod, shoulders out of your ears. Deep breath in, tuck your chin. Let's start a pre-plank by pulling the collarbone back and then the chest, ribs, belly button, and hips. So we're up in that pre-plank. You don't want to sag and you don't want to go booty up, right? From your head to your hips, you're a straight line. Roll onto the fronts of your thighs would be your next level. And then that last level would be go ahead and tuck those toes, straight-legged plank. Just a few more seconds. And let's relax. Bring it on down, wide stance, windshield wiper. All right, from there, flip your way over onto long lying position. Once again, you have that waistline lifted, head resting on your arm. We're going to lift up both legs and bring them to the front corner of your mat. So you have a little hinge at your hip. Lift that top leg, flex through the heel. You're going to inhale, bring it forward, and give me a little kick. And then exhale, drive it back where you were. Try not to roll, right? So if you want this hand here initially, you can see how it'll work. So you inhale, kick, kick, exhale to reach. Inhale, kick, kick, exhale to reach. You also want to be conscious that that leg doesn't go whoop, whoop, up and down. You're trying to keep it on that same plane level with your hip. Couple more. Last time. And relax once again. Just bend that knee, give that hip some love. And then I'm going to flip my back to you. No, I'm not, but you can flip your back to me because we're just going to do the same thing on the other side, right? If you're not certain, you're welcome to move your head to the other end also. So you want to start out sideline, waistline lifted, then both legs come up and hinge to the corner of your mat. Waistline stays lifted as you bring that leg forward, kicking, kicking, and pressing. Kick, kick, and reach. Kick, kick, and reach. Try and keep that foot at the same level as your hip. Last time, kick, kick, and reach, and bend, and love up on that leg a little bit. And then just flip on back over onto your spine for me, please. Hug those knees in, take a little rock side to side. All right, a little brain test here as we do helicopter. So both legs are up in the air. You can do this with your knees, but again, if you do it, rather than tabletop, you are going to let your feet dangle. Arms out, nice T position. Bring your right foot forward a little bit and your left leg away a little bit. Spin your right leg and then your left leg in the opposite directions and then back to center. left leg forward, right leg away, boom, boom, boom. Right leg forward, left leg away, boom, boom, boom. Do it again, left leg forward, right leg back, so helicopter. One more each way. And hug it in. Once again, we're going to stretch out those hip flexors so feet are wide. Let's drop that right knee in, let the left leg drop open. Dropping that right knee, getting that openness on that right hip. And then gently back through center you go, left knee drops in. And back up through center. One more time, right knee drops. Through center, left knee drops. And then we're just going to put the soles of the feet together. Very passive stretch. If you want to, reach your arms overhead. If you're able, you can grab your ankles, or excuse me, your elbows. Well, that'd be interesting. All right, and then use your hands to help bring those feet together, or excuse me, those knees toward each other, but then hug them in. Reach down, grab your ankles. You're going to exhale, roll up, and pause, holding onto your ankles. Try to take the roundness out of your shoulder blades and extend up into your open leg balance. Now you can stay in open leg balance if the rolling and the rocking doesn't work for you. Definitely don't want to do it if you have any bone or back issues, any OCs, spinal stenosis, osteoporosis. If you're going to do it, you want to do it with control by pulling the belly button in, rolling just to your rib cage, and then stick that balance at the top. Inhale, hold. Exhale to roll, inhale to hold. Those toes are always higher than your eyes. Good. If it doesn't happen, just hold that balance. Couple more here. And then if you're rolling or rocking, rock up, and we'll all meet here for a moment. We're all going to try and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Feet go out, hands by your hips, lift them up, push them back, and pull those glutes out from under you so you're sitting tall. Flex through the heels and hinge forward. Option to press into those hands so that you can elongate the spine and then push it forward. Or maybe grab the hamstrings to pull forward, or the calves or the toes. Trying to straighten out those legs without tucking the hips. Maybe you go arms up or out, or up and out. And then bring that down. All right. We're going to do a quick little round of roll downs. Feet stay on the ground, knees are bent, shoulders back and down. Exhale, hinge back. Open those arms in a T, lower them back before you come up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, hinge back. Maybe try a V. Lower the hands. Inhale, lift. Remember, you don't want to lead with that upper back. Next time you come up, maybe you try those cactus arms. Lower the hands before you move. Inhale at the top. Exhale, move back. Maybe you try a V. Lower the hands to come up. And then final option, arms up overhead and lower them to come back up. You have 2 more, and then we'll hold in that back position. Good. Keep those ears over the shoulders as best you can. Good. One more time, hinge it back. Keep the ribs in, keep the chest open, do something with your arms, and we're just going to hold here for 85, 72, 33, big jump there, 18, and 1, relax. All right, hug those knees and use that to bring yourself down to the ground. Left foot on the ground, bring that right knee into your chest. Maybe drive a couple circles on the ceiling in each direction. And then knee comes into your chest. We're going to flex those toes back. Use the right hand to pull the toes. Get some movement through that foot. And then stretch that leg out. If you're still holding onto your toes, go ahead and continue that movement. If you want to, move your hands up the leg and get more rotation. And then we come to center, hands behind your hamstring, slide that left leg out, flex through the heel. Flex through your right foot and push your hamstring against your hands. At the same time, hands pull against the hamstring. And then try to point the toe, relax everything. Maybe you come a little closer. We'll flex again and press, press, press. And we'll point and see if we can come closer. Arms out in a T. We're going to do just a big old circle, both directions. And then we'll lay that leg down gently and see if maybe that right side feels a little bit more open. Let's do the left side and then we'll come back to our rotations. So left knee comes in. Draw some circles on the ceiling, both directions. Hug it in. Pull those toes back. Point and flex. Play with your feet. Move through that arch. Straighten that leg out. Point, flex. And again, move your hand if you want. Rotate. Back to center. Hands behind the hamstring. Right leg stretches out. Flex through the heel and push your hamstring into your hands as the hands resist. Point your toes, bring it a little closer. Flex and press again. Point your toes a little closer. And then a big circle in one direction and then the other. And lay that leg down. Woo, reach those arms overhead for a moment. And then on the exhale, arms into a T. Right ankle crosses the left thigh. Flip it open. Drag the left heel back. Grab your left hamstring. Take a little rock side to side. Pull that knee a little closer to deepen the stretch. And then finally, cross that right knee all the way over the left. Hug the left knee in. Right arm to the side. You can simply pull the knee up and over to get that stretch, or you can twist. Come on back through center. Right leg straightens out. Left ankle goes across. Then we grab and thread our needle. Taking rocks side to side. Hug the knee closer for a deeper stretch. Oh yeah. And then left knee goes over. We pull it up and over to the right, getting that deeper hip stretch on the left. Stay there or drop to the right. And then you can either roll all the way over onto that right side or back through center. Just make your way, hands and knees. We're going to do that staggered cat-cow. So left hand forward and right hand behind the right wrist. Right knee behind the right wrist. Undulate a little to your left as you come forward and back. And then center it. Right hand forward, left knee behind the left ankle. Same thing. All right, center everything up. Cat and cow. Tuck your toes, lift it up, press it back. Wide stance, bend your knees. Hands on your thighs, cat and cow. Big deep breath in. Thank you guys.